you expand further on the nature of the mind and Vedana, Sanya, Sankara, and Vijnana?
Okay. We have what we call the 5 aggregates: Rupa, corporeality; Vedana, feeling; Sanya, which would be noting and memory; Sankara, this is another difficult word to translate, but we can say thought; and Vijnana is consciousness. They call these the aggregates of clinging because this is what we cling to about ourself, our sense of self. Rupa are those things that I said before. It's your corporeality made up of the 4 elements. Vedana is feeling, but not just one thing. It's a positive feeling, negative feeling, a neuter feeling. Sanya, noting, and perception, memory. Sankara is thought formation. And Vijnana is consciousness. But this type of consciousness, in Buddhist terms, it's, like I said, the eye sees an object, tangible object, transmits that information, it becomes a state of mind, consciousness. So the Buddha said these things are aggregates, because in some philosophical speech, there is a self. There's an absolute self. But this is not true whenever we consider that all of these things are impermanent. Your body is changing all the time, all these elements are changing. You have, and the idea of aggregate is it's not just one thing, it's many things. It's a pile. In Pali they call it kanda. A pile of things. There's not one thing you can point out within this pile that you can say, this is me, this is myself. This is not changing. So these aggregates are what we all interpret as self. And in Vipassana meditation, the second type of meditation that I mentioned before, seeing things as they truly are, we can meditate on any one of these factors, and you see impermanence always arising. You see it time and time and time again. So through Vipassana, can be therapeutic. We can change ourselves. Maybe we have some type of unrational fear, we have some type of phobia, we have some type of it's something that we're not pleased with. Whenever we meditate on this impermanence, we see it constantly, even in those things we like, then we become less, we cling to those things, we do not cling to those things as firmly as we did before. It's a process. Until then, if we compare the time, 2 months on, 3 months on, 4 months on, you can see a definite difference. Just like what I mentioned with metta, loving kindness. Now some people are so quick to anger, unbelievable. The slightest thing can bring anger. Then they begin this metta. Maybe if you compared them with today and with tomorrow, maybe not much of a noticeable change. But maybe over a month or 2 months, it's a vast change. So this is how we can develop ourselves through the teaching of the Dhamma. But we must understand, we don't have to, some people ask, is it necessary to understand the Abhidhamma to practice the Dhamma? It's not necessary, in my opinion. But this knowledge of Abhidhamma aids us in practicing the Dhamma. If we are able to identify these things and we know this is what is happening right now, this is what is happening, we can help ourselves better. Even if you are ignorant of the Abhidhamma, it will become clear to you. Some aspect of the Dhamma will become clear to you. Just like the story of Jula Bandaka.